Those pictures from southern Switzerland are so staggering, and the energy of that glacier collapse and the avalanche coincided with a 3.1 earthquake in that part of Switzerland, the most violent sort of seismic act tied to this sort of event that they've seen in over a century there, but it could have been a lot worse. That village of 300 or so people was evacuated about 10 days ago when geologists noticed changes, new stresses, new rock weight on top of that already shrinking glacier. It's too soon to say how much climate change or warming contributed to the actual moment of collapse. Mountains fall apart all the time over eons, but the Alps, like so many high regions around the world, has been melting as the planet warms. The permafrost that held up a big rock face under that particular glacier, locals say, has been thawing over the years. And this is a warning to mountain communities really around the world. There are estimated up to 15 million people living below glacier lakes in the Andes, in the Himalayas. There's 8,000 glaciers just in Pakistan, and a lot of those places just an earthen or ice dam holding back melt water, and if it releases all at once, you can see the resulting catastrophe there as well. This is Switzerland, one of the richest countries in the world, with scientists who provided early warning that obviously saved lives right there, but there are sort of dripping time bombs like that all over our overheating planet.
Jet crashed and a lot has changed in a week, and in that time, families have not been able to get back in their homes. I spoke with a man who lives at the end of this block who says he and his family are moving to a different house to call home. This Murphy Canyon neighborhood going from what looked like a war zone to this in a week's time. Front porch lights are back on at houses on Sample Street after a deadly plane crash last Thursday.
This is the first time we've been back in, minus getting escorted to get a couple other things.
Thomas Lawrence and his family
Here, get this pizza.
Are back inside their home.
My children were the biggest factor. Wasn't sure how they were going to react. And they're fine. They're in there playing with their magnet tiles, eating some pizza, helping out, gather up their stuffed animals.
But their time back in this house will be short-lived.
We're all on the same page. We're going somewhere new, and it's going to be fine.
Obviously, we want to get families back to some level of normalcy to the extent that that's possible.
That's Philip J. Rizzo, who's the CEO of Liberty Military Housing. He tells me people will be able to move back into their homes Thursday if they choose to.
We're working with them to either get them back into their home that they were living in on last Wednesday night, or we're getting them into a home that's similar that they feel comfortable in.
Rizzo says there are at least 20 of the 39 impacted families that have been given a new home within Liberty Military Housing.
They'll be able to get keys and start moving their things in today to those new homes to the extent that they've been assigned and those homes are ready.
For Lawrence, the move is about a much needed and desired change of scenery.
We need to completely reset, so we're going to go somewhere else, and that way when the kids walk out the front door, they're not going to see the same street that once upon a time was on fire.
It's been a hard time for this street and those who live on it, but what's not lost for many is gratitude to all the help they've gotten during this time.
We haven't wanted for much. We just needed a clear path forward after the dust settled, and Liberty's helping us out. We'll get through it.